Are you on the TikTok on another?
It hasn't popped up saying live yet.
See,
Did it say live on there?
yeah, now it should be should be rolling. What's up, everybody coming in from TikTok so far? We're doing a little bit of a different setup. Want to give you guys the actual viewing experience. So we're just propping up the phone, and then we'll see your guys' comments coming in as you are getting into it. But we're gonna go through MLB games today. Evan, how we doing?
Good. We're on a heater.
On a heater, over
On a heater.
9.71 units last 3 days. That's
We
coming
are on
after
a heater.
16 unit month. So let's just keep on rolling right now.
Absolutely.
First comment, Atlanta Braves money line. So let's get into the money lines.
Yep.
And we won't start with that Braves game, but we got an Orioles Twins game that's very interesting here. Going for a sweep. I don't always love that, but we do have metrics in favor of the Twins. What do you think in this one?
Yeah, no. I mean, the sweep is always a scary thing. I think that's a total stay away from game today.
Completely agree with that. I know I don't know the metrics, but a couple years ago, the Orioles hadn't been swept for over a season, and then last year, I think middle toward 3/4 way through, they got swept, but that was the first time in years that they had gotten swept. So it's definitely not a team that I like. Going into that. Next up, Rangers, Red Sox. I wouldn't say I am in love with either side of this game. Do you have something here that I don't?
No, Red Sox at home aren't bad. It's never a bad move to go Red Sox at home, but it's not anything that I would love.
Yeah, I completely agree there. And then moving on, White Sox, Royals. This would be a 4-game sweep. How do you feel about that?
Scary. Obviously, the better team. Very scary. I mean, I think it's another stay away from game. There's a lot of different sweep situations today, and MLB could get a little goofy today.
Yeah, I completely agree there. I wouldn't go to place a bet on the White Sox today, but It's just it doesn't matter how bad you are. A 4-game sweep, you're losing to the same team 4 times in a row. It's hard to do. It's harder to get swept like that than it probably is to complete a sweep like that. So I'm working on that one. I mean, I think the Royals should win it, but I don't have confidence in that. Nothing I'm liking there. A game we do like, game 1 of this Tigers-Rockies series. We've got that in our 3-team money line parlay. We can see all the money is rolling in to back the Tigers here.
Yep, can't blame them either. And doubleheaders are goofy. Doubleheaders are weird for sure. But game 1 is the one you want to jump on early if you're going to jump on one. Give me the and then now I'm not going to bet game 2, but if the Tigers do get it done in game 1, sneaky value on the Rockies in game 2.
Completely agree there. And yeah, everybody, we've talked about this anytime we've had a doubleheader since we've been doing these shows, but that game 1 is always an indicator of what's likely going to happen in game 2. It's really hard to get the double sweep there. So I would say from what we think so far today is that the Tigers should be winning game 1, and then it could bounce back to the Rockies in game 2, and that then would, I believe, be to avoid getting swept at home.
Yes.
There's another decent scenario there. So definitely keep your eye out for the result of that first game. But as you can see on our bottom ticker, we do have Tigers game 1 in that 3-team money line parlay. So we are pulling for them big time here.
And they didn't make it easy on us last night.
No.
Took us
that was about
extra innings.
As sweaty of a 3-team money line
it was actually crazy.
We'll ever have.
It was crazy.
Let's see. We're getting questions. Nerfy in the Red Sox game and Royals spread. So I would not touch the Royals spread because that would be taking them -1.5, and it's already going to be hard enough for them to win.
Right. And Nerfies are a dime a dozen this year.
Yeah.
They're scary. They're very scary. We tried to run it for a little while. Not much success at all. Now with more data and stuff, there is better. We could probably dive back into it and see what's going on. Yeah. But I mean, Nerfies have not been what they used to be.
No, and it does. It seems like a very offensive year. They only won by 1 yesterday too. What's your confident money line plays in the MLB? So we got it going on the bottom, but Tigers game 1, Blue Jays, Dodgers +348 is our 3-team money line parlay of the day.
That's a good number.
Shines in. It is a good number. I think that's a great, and we're back up over 11, 12 units on those now.
I think we're at 13. Yeah, 13.6.
Yeah. That win yesterday put us at 13-6. So 3-team money line parlays. We had our our rough stretch there, but we're kind of getting back into it.
Yep, totally.
All right, moving on to the next games. Phillies, Rays. Phillies, another team, I believe, going for a sweep today.
Yep, they are.
More love from the market. Lines moving in their direction. Is that a sweep that will be completed, or do you think it's going to be a dropping back to?
Well, it's one that I wouldn't bet the Rays.
Yeah.
But I mean, another scary situation. It really is. There's a lot of those today.
There are.
But I don't mind the Phillies.
Yeah, I would say if you had to take a team to complete a sweep, it might be the Phillies to be the ones that get the job done. They're playing good, and I mean, we talked about the other day. The Rays at home have not been a good team.
No, actually awful. Now it's like 1-10 in their last 11, I think.
Which is wild because I didn't think they were that bad of a team, but apparently at home they get the yips or something going in there.
Yeah, and their offense has struggled a lot.
Struggling big time. Reds, Braves. Lines moving, actually pretty decent line movement, -168 to -195 in favor of the Braves. Reds getting more of that love on the road. Is there anything in this game that stands out to you?
And the Reds have been one of those teams where you can get a lot of value out of them. But, I mean, the Braves are starting to turn it on. And, I mean, I think they're going to end up in that 85 to 90 wins this year at least, probably. I mean, I'm starting to like the Braves again.
Yeah, I think they've turned a chapter for sure. And then everyone on TikTok, if you guys could drop some likes in it. I think we got over 1,500 the other day when we were on it. Let's see if we can beat that number.
Right, got to beat it.
And 2 games left on the slate. Actually, 2 games we like a lot: Blue Jays, Angels, Dodgers, Diamondbacks. Put them both in their 3-team money line parlay. What are we seeing in these games?
Well, kind of like we were talking earlier about going for the sweep. The Angels are trying to get a sweep for the first time of the year. I mean, and I don't see it happening.
Yeah.
The other teams I trust a little more, like the Phillies. We didn't want to back the Rays today, but in this situation, I'm all about backing the Blue Jays.
Yeah, completely agree. Like you said, it'd be the first sweep of the year for the Angels. They're not that good of a team.
No, they're not.
We don't have a pitching matchup advantage here tonight, so I think it's definitely got to be a Blue Jays day. And really, the Blue Jays at times have played very good baseball, and they just need to get back to that. Really, they should have won last night as well.
Absolutely should have won.
Saving the ninth. It actually worked in our favor to cash our runs parlay in that one, so we were grateful for the Angels yesterday. But that was kind of the Angels. The Blue Jays have to know that they're a better team here, and they got to get the job done. I don't think it's too complicated for them. And then Dodgers, Diamondbacks, Yamamoto on the mound. I mean, he's looked like perhaps the best pitcher in baseball so far this year.
There's a couple of them, like Max Fried. He's right there. Yamamoto's right there. There's guys that are just dealing, and he's one of them.
Yep, under a run ERA, which is, we're not that deep into the season, but he still had 5 or 6 starts. That's not easy to do. So I also like, road divisional matchups, always a dangerous spot here, for the home team. Dodgers, I've seen a lot of times, Padres come to LA and beat up on them. So it's, it's not shocking when road rivals kind of get that win there. So I like the Dodgers here, and their offense is starting to click again too, which is
it only took 7 innings yesterday.
Yeah.
But when it did, they popped off for 10 runs.
10 runs, which is just insane.
Right.
Upsets today, I normally find streaks are harder. I would say, I mean, there's probably upset potential with this White Sox game here. There's upset potential with game 2 of the Rockies. On the Rockies avoiding that sweep. Does Rockies get a win here? We could definitely see them winning game 2 of the doubleheader. If we're right about the Tigers winning game 1, game 2 is definitely up for grabs. Ross asked Orioles money line. We can run back to them. That's one that
they're avoiding the sweep. I don't mind that at all.
Don't mind them at all. I like it. And actually, we could see who their let's see, MLB starting lineups. See who's on the mound for them today. Orioles. Kramer, Ober. I mean, Ober's actually he's winning games, but I don't think he's been overly impressive this year. And I mean, Kramer's kind of doing. I feel like that's how he's been for most of his career, right? In that he can have a decent start or a really bad start, but
right.
I would.
No, I mean, I think if you're backing the Orioles, it's because they're avoiding the sweep.
Yep.
And that's not a bad way to go. I mean, we've really had a lot of success doing that.
Completely agree. Dodgers game, yes, we like the Dodgers today a lot. We got them in the 3-team money line parlay, so that is a team that we're definitely backing, and we can look at model projections. Dodgers winning by almost 3 runs today, so pretty handily of a win there that we really like. We're a little bit scared of like this Twins pick. Model likes it, but the sweep is still a big factor. Same thing with the Royals today, but games we like. Tigers game 1. Could win by almost 5 runs if the model's right on that, and then Dodgers, picking up a big win there as well. What other questions do we got in these games, guys? Detroit first game, yes, 100% Detroit first game.
Yeah, favorable pitching matchup, better team. I mean, Colorado gave them their best shot yesterday and still came up short.
Exactly, and that's one of those where, that was their chance to get that, and I think the only other way they get a win this series is if avoiding the sweep after game 1 today.
Right.
Freeman to record a hit in Dodgers game over 9. We do like a good amount of scoring in that game, I'd say. Over 9, it's going to be hard because that means that the Dodgers are going to have to be the ones to lead the way for a lot of
9's a big number.
It is a big number. But Freddie Freeman, I'd say he's playing pretty good basketball right now. Baseball.
Right.
Red Sox at home are good, but not a game that I would really go after today. I'd take Freeman 2+ total bases. It's been gold. I would have to look more into the pitching matchup on that, but when he's hot, he's hot.
Right.
All right, what else we got? What other questions? What about the Phillies? We do like the Phillies today. It would be going for a sweep, which is risky, but that's one of the ones that I'd be actually more comfortable backing to complete a sweep.
Yep, absolutely. And Luzardo's on the mound, I believe, for the Phillies, and he's been money too.
Yeah, so let's check that, confirm that right there. Yeah, a 1.94 ERA.
Yeah, so he's been good.
That Phillies pitching staff has really
stepped. And this is against the Rays team that hasn't been able to hit anything recently.
Yeah, so I think that's definitely a sweet potential. Let's see. What about the Angels over, and what about a Dodger Nerfy? Dodger Nerfy could definitely happen because I think Yamamoto gets out of the first inning. I'm more worried about, I think it's Brandon Pfaadt on the mound.
Yeah, it is. I mean, those 3 guys you have to get through. It's just terrifying.
It is. I don't think a Dodgers Nerfy is ever something that you can beat. It's just like the Yankees Nerfy. You got to face it.
It's terrifying.
But the Dodgers is even more terrifying because you got Mookie, Ohtani, and Freeman, and it's True. I mean, any of those guys can get on base, let alone knock one out.
Literally 3 MVPs you got to go through.
Yeah. Would you say stay away from the Twins due to the sweep? Yes, staying away from the Twins. Toronto asked about Blue Jays money line. Love them. Got them in the 3-team parlay. What other questions we have? We can also pop over
and talk about our free play too.
Yeah, let's pull up the free play right here. We got it up here. Amazing. I mean, just an amazing run, as you guys can see highlighted at the top there. We've been on fire, looking to continue it going. Free play today, Gary Payton under 4.5 rebounds. I think a play that we definitely love a lot. Got the positive EV on that. And for anybody in here, no, this is not a Steph Curry's out. What's that mean? This is a market play. So when everyone else is offering this -180, -150s, -160s, and we can get it DraftKings, I think it was -125. I forgot to add that in there. That's just good value there. And there's not too much else to say about it. Oh, there we go. You froze.
I was about to say you froze up. Yeah, I froze too.
All right, sweet. We're back. But yeah, gotta love the free play today again. Just pure market standpoint on this one, Evan.
Yep. No, absolutely. And then parlay that thing with Phillies over 1.5 runs.
Yeah, especially if you don't have DraftKings. If you're on FanDuel and you have to take it at -180, that's okay. But we give you a leg to add to it so that you get the actual value that we're looking to give you guys.
And we give you one of those every single day. We find the best one that's juicy, that gets you the perfect number.
Yep. So definitely, and if you guys want it, you can get our free play texted to your phone every single day. There's the free play plan. Check the top of our profile to get in on that. And then also, since you guys are on the stream, we'll give you code takes today for 33% off any package in the VIP. So, we've made over 9 units in the last 3 days, over 16 units last month, looking like another great month right now. So, want to get you guys in at a discounted rate if you guys want these winning picks. Can you go over under prediction for all the games? Really don't do that too much, to be honest. We have our alternate runs parlay in the VIP, so we'll keep it in there. That's where the value is. I wouldn't say that anybody should go and bet every over under in an MLP game.
Right. Hey, we've hit 3 straight of those.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Hey, appreciate it, guys. We got people liking the discount in there. So we definitely want to take care of you guys. You guys are joining the live. Want to be able to reward you guys for coming on here. Boston and Twins to win. Leak, I would stay away from. I don't like that. Twins are going to be a risky play today.
Yep.
Okay, we got some people on TikTok asking about the NHL. So let's just take a look at where the money's going today.
It's been a wild playoffs.
Yeah, it has been. And we got some road splits here today. So this is going to be interesting here. Yeah, and I mean, Capitals at home, I know they lost the first game. I'm not 100% sure where these series stand right now.
Which one?
But anything you like?
No, really just based off betting splits.
Yeah, and actually, this is Hurricanes are getting, 32 points of line movement here from opening to the best odds right now, and getting a decent betting split. So to me, that would say if you're going off these splits, it's right. Hurricanes today.
I don't hate that.
Unsure about the Braves due to the Reds' inconsistency, as they always seem to go up on odd runs. Yeah, I think we like the Braves more today for sure. Oilers versus Knights over 6.5. Let's see if there's anything on the totals here. I mean, more love's going to the over, but that's always going to be the case. I would say playoff hockey is so difficult with over-unders.
It is.
Because it's supposed to be a lot of games.
Yeah, true. And then the empty netters at the end of games can kill you or save you. And that's really all. Yeah. Like those empty netters, there's nothing like it in any other sport with gambling-wise.
No. So I definitely – I'm not doing anything in the NHL today. Right. You guys got some other stuff. Jake came in to give the Daily LeBron's overrated.
Have to have that in there.
Thank you, Jake, for that one.
Keep him humble.
Let's see. T-Dog, stay away games. NHL, I wouldn't touch. T-Dog, if you had any other questions on specific games, let us know for what ones might be stay away.
Yeah, there's a good amount of baseball ones that are kind of stay away today.
Yeah, definitely. Detroit Tigers, that is game 1 is what we like there. And then someone asked, what's good money line? If you can see it at the bottom of the screen, it'll keep scrolling through. But Tigers, game 1, Blue Jays, and Dodgers. Tyler, best 3-leg MLB, Tigers, game 1, Blue Jays, Dodgers. That's also in the Discord. So if you guys miss it, hop in the Discord, and it's in there every day. Can you see Royals sweeping the White Sox today, or do we feel like it's too dangerous? Nick, feel like that's a bit dangerous for us.
Yeah, I mean, a 4-game sweep. The White Sox are awful. I mean, we all know it. We get it. We've been burnt by them too.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the time where they score 9 runs.
T said Tigers game 1 was yesterday. Today is actually a series. So you got back-to-back games.
Yeah.
Today for Tigers Rock. All right, what else we got? What other guys? And again, everything's in the Discord. Free play, moneyline parlay, always in the Discord. And then if you guys have more questions too, we're in there all day, so we can get those answered for you guys. We're at 918 likes on TikTok. We got to get to 1,000 today.
Yeah,
come on.
Jump this thing up.
We definitely got to get to 1,000. Royals game under 9. Best 2-man for the NBA today. We have positive EV play as our free play, so that's something I would probably throw in there. Not really going through too much more NBA player props today, though.
NBA playoffs come crazy too.
Man, what a series. And actually, let's take a look at where the money's going today in these series.
The Knicks just jumped up to the favorite for that series.
Which is
wild.
crazy.
Yeah.
Did not all year. The Knicks had not been able to beat good teams, and now down by 20 in both games too is beyond me. How the Celtics can blow those.
Can't make a shot.
Literally, I mean they just look different. Today, I think Timberwolves get this. I mean, the line's moved almost 100 points in their favor. It makes sense there's a betting split, in the Warriors' favor just because of how much of an underdog they are here. But I got to think that this is not going to be a Celtics situation where you're down 0-2 at home.
No, I mean, it almost can't be. No Steph. No, I mean, they're limping into this one.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's going to come up. And I think, Ant-Man knows that he didn't help his team enough. And I think he's the type of guy who he's going to go out here. And it might not be in the form of 40 points, but more, just defensive effort and everything today. He's going to make sure you're not scoring, and he'll have, one of those highlight reel dunks today and remind everybody that, we are the favorite in this game for a reason here.
Yep, that's fair.
Angels are up 2-0. Think Blue Jays still going to win? Yes. Yeah.
That's why.
That's exactly why right there. Red Sox game thoughts. Yeah, again, not one that we're really touching here. Definitely a lot better value on the slate today than going with that Red Sox. And guys, again, don't feel like you got to bet every game. Please do not think that you need to go bet every game here. There's value in it. That's why we're up, because we don't just make a play to make a play. When there's not value, there's no point of touching a game.
Yep.
We're now at 1.7K likes, so I think now we got to get to 2,000 before we get off this live.
Right, it's possible.
1.8K, guys, come on, keep them coming, keep them coming. NBA over under. We could take a look at the numbers real quick. Actually, this is a pretty decent split for an NBA game here. You liking that, or you think this is a defensive match? Oh, we lost. There we go.
Can you hear me? There we
go. This is the Timberwolves
Warriors. Yeah. Okay. A little bit of so everything's been unders. I mean, everything's been unders. It really has. Yep. So I mean, I'm not going to take the over. That's sure. And no Steph. I mean, they can still score without Steph. It's not saying that he's going to do it all, but I think slower paced, and I would lean under. I'm not taking it though.
Let's see. Ruff and T got us to 2K, and I think they're going to push us to 3K likes here too. Already at 2.3K. We appreciate it, guys. If you guys could keep running that up, it definitely helps us out. Casey Mize over 16 pitching outs. That's actually a pretty interesting one, because we do like the Tigers in that game. I got to think he can go. If you get 16, you're pretty much pitching 6 innings. You're probably getting to 18 as well in a lot of that situation. I like that. And especially actually a really good reason for that, Evan. Doubleheader, you want to preserve that bullpen as much as you can for game 2, right? You don't want to use up too many relievers game 1. So Mize, I think is definitely
the scariest thing about that is Coors Field. I mean, a lot of runs happen at Coors Field. He can give up some early and fast.
I'm glad Jeremy commented this. Gary Payton boards is now at -160. So Jeremy, that's actually perfect. That's a positive EV play. So if you took it on DraftKings, if you had DraftKings earlier, you would have gotten a better line. FanDuel at -180. So what we recommend you do is parlay it with Phillies over 1.5 runs at -900. That'll take that -160 leg down to some respectable odds. So we're essentially saying we think it's pretty guaranteed Phillies are scoring 2 runs today, and that's how you get the value when we send out positive EV plays, even if you don't have the book we want you to take it on.
It's the right way to do it.
And it's worked incredibly well.
Absolutely worked.
So Jeremy, don't feel like you can't take that play still. Just parlay it with the recommended book that we tell you to. And that's also, guys, listed in the free winnable, in the free Discord every single day for you guys. So you don't need to be a subscriber to be able to get, a full free play and still make a lot of money off of our free plays, which we've made for people all year long. All right, well, if there's no other questions coming in, we got to 3.1K likes. So thank you guys for that. That definitely helps pump it out to more people. And, our goal is to give you guys winning plays, make you guys some money.
Absolutely.
I'm thinking Phillies, Dodgers, Jays, Tigers game 1, and Braves for a 5-legger. It's gonna be dangerous, but I mean I like the teams in that.
Right. I mean the Braves. Braves is the scariest one.
Yep. Braves scariest one, and then Phillies trying to complete the sweep, but like we talked about, that's still like them. Take Detroit -1.5. Game 1, I could see that happening, but it's extra risk for sure.
Yeah, totally. I mean, don't just take if you're just going to straight bet it, don't just take Tigers money line. I mean, that's too much juice.
This is interesting. Anything else besides Phillies you recommend? I can only get over 3.5 runs. Jeremy, other options you could do is take the most juiced game total and take it down as much as you can. Or what I've done before too on books that don't offer it is I've gone to the tennis market before and find a -900 favorite on the money line. Those are pretty safe. When someone in an individual sport like that is favored to win by that much, that's usually a pretty safe place. So you might be able to hit tennis market. Julius Randle 5 boards. That something like that could probably work. Definitely look into it. I don't know how many boards he got in game 1, but find something -7 to -1,000 odds that you're comfortable with as well. And you can always DM us on Discord too, and we can look into it a little bit more for you. But find something like that to parlay it with. Evan, any other takes on the day today for people?
I mean, we just are looking to stay hot. Yeah. We can't lose right now, knock on wood, but man, let's just keep this heater rolling, and hopefully everybody's joining and finding it, because we're helping you win money right now.
We are, and here, we'll pop this up for you guys real quick so you guys can see that. But, definitely come in and grab it. And actually, that code is available for a year as well. So you guys we give you a lot of value on that. We give a generous discount for, the live streamers, for you guys coming on here and hanging with us. So, definitely recommend to get in at this price, because this does not last forever. We discount a lot for you guys here. Like Red Sox, no. Phillies -1.5 spread, I would say no, just because it's kind of a risky one with them going for the sweep. But with that, I think we're at 3.9K likes, so I guess we got to get to 4,000 before we end this thing. Quickly, guys, just get us to 4K and we'll let you off. We got some likes coming in right now. But yeah, with that, if you guys have questions, hit us in the Discord. 4K likes. So, Evan, I think that's a pretty successful live right here.
Boom. Absolutely.
And
now just end it right with some wins.
Yep. Let's get some wins, and we will see you guys here next time.